even early on in our relationship, I would send him nudes. And when I started doing that, like, I realized that there was like something being fulfilled in me.
This is the closet where I keep most of my burlesque and kink things.
Despite the growing number of teenage pregnancy in the Philippines, parang hindi pa rin gaano pinag-uusapan ang sex sa bansa. But there are women who advocate for sex positivity and they are doing it in their own different ways. Meet Trisha Obanon.
I'm a sex positivity advocate and a burlesque performer. People always ask me about sex, and I just kept answering and answering and answering. And then eventually it got me a position as a sex columnist for a magazine, and then it just snowballed from there.
Ang sex positivity ay ang pagiging open sa pag-discuss ng sex, sexuality, and it also embraces the idea of being sexually educated and staying safe. Trisha uses burlesque performance as one of the ways to express her sexuality and to promote body positivity as well.
There's no pressure for you to look or be a certain way.
Nagpa-participate din si Trisha sa kink performances tulad ng bondage events. Ang bondage ay isang practice of consensually tying, binding, or restraining a person for erotic or aesthetic stimulation. Trisha says that it's important to talk about sex.
Gosh, it's so important to talk about sex because if you don't talk about it, then people are just still gonna do it. But they're going to do it in a way that is risky, that is harmful to their health. The more you talk about it, the more you get other people comfortable with the idea.
Meanwhile, there is another sex positivity advocate who uses another form of expression that she believes exhibits her sexuality. Meet Salome, not her real name.
I shoot porn mainly because like it's kind of like a graduation of sorts from the stuff that I do on Twitter. Like I had already been like posting nudes and like doing nude modeling for other photographers.
But according to Professor Aurora de Dios, president ng Coalition Against Trafficking in Women, doing this kind of activity still poses its own risks to women.
You cannot deny the kind of harm that happens to women, the kind of risk that they are taking, particularly the impacts on their health, the impacts on their dignity. As I mentioned also, it reinforces the kind of stereotypes that we are all trying to remove. So the fantasy of men is that if women are so desirous of these acts, then women must be willing to do it. And they generalize that.
Kahit daw choice itong gawin ng ilang kababaihan, hindi pa rin daw nila kontrolado ang lahat ng consequences ng kanilang ginagawa. Sabi naman ni Salome, she gets fulfilled with being sex positive.
Being sex positive is very fulfilling. It helps you get to know yourself more.
Aminado si Trisha, meron pa rin na-exploit sa kanilang ginagawa.
If we can live in a world where people can choose this, like it's not sex trafficking or people aren't forced into it because of money, if we can choose it, then maybe that's a world where objectification happens a lot less.
Napakahalaga ng katungkulan ng social media para ipakita rin kung ano yung panganib, no, na maaaring maranasan, no, lalo na ng mga kababaihan kapag sila ay pumunta sa mga ganyang mga larangan ng pagkilos.
Marami na nga nagbago when it comes to the view of sex and how a person experiences and practices it. Pero siguro ang importante pa rin tandaan is to always know the consequences of sex and to always practice it with consent and with respect. I'm MJ Geronimo and I stand for truth.